Thor Odin's son himself, Chris Hemsworth, at one point thought that he was about to be fired by Marvel Studios and Disney from the role of Thor. And he's not the first one that's ever said this, because multiple actors have said this, because the lack of communication and secrecy is the name of the game for Marvel Studios. So this comes at us from an interview with Australia Today, who sat down and talked to Chris Hemsworth about his time as Thor, and of course some of the other properties he was looking into. Of course, the failed start to a soft reboot of Men in Black and all that was brought up. And he said that the final films he had on his contracts were Thor, Love and Thunder, and the last Avengers film. And at that point, it would be almost 10 years, and he figured, well, my time is up. They haven't told me anything. They haven't said anything. They haven't invited me back to talk about a potential future. There's been no announcement, no leak. Nobody's literally told me anything. So he thought that he was honestly done and his time was up. And then obviously Marvel Studios and Disney called him, and he figured, well, this is it. They're going to fire me. I'm going in, and this is my final meeting. And this is funny because if you guys go back and read old interviews and look at things said, Paul Bettany, aka Vision, said the same thing. He went like a year without anybody talking to him, and they finally called him in, and he's like, well, it's time now. They're going to fire me. Here it is. Avengers was my last hurrah. And he sits there. He's like, thank you. I had a really great time. They're like, we're bringing you back for a TV series and other appearances. He was like, wait, what? So lack of communication is really, I guess, the takeaway here. And Hemsworth found himself in the same position. And he figured, well, if they're going to bring back Natalie Portman, and that's what some of the rumors are saying, I'm definitely gone. And then, obviously, that wasn't the case, as we see. And he also did reveal that he thought that people would not accept his version of the character and the evolution and everything, so there would be backlash and people wouldn't want to see him back. And again, he was ready to say goodbye to the role, which is why he was looking at all these other films and trying to, secure franchises. But we all see how that turned out with, well, the other franchises and, everything else. But honestly, it's kind of cool that Marvel Studios is deciding to keep him around for a while. Let a Avenger that's been around for a while stay around for a while. And obviously Thor ages differently. So as long as they get their CG down in like a decade, even though he's much older, they can always make him look just about how he looks now. And CG's getting to the point where they won't even need to do hardcore workouts if they don't want to, because now in Hollywood they also just slap CG muscle on top of you and you look even bigger. So hey, why not? If he can stop taking the juice and have this role for another decade, I'm pretty sure nobody would be opposed to it.